Kyle, you were chomping at the bit
Yes.
to do a little chatting about some stolen valor issues.
Stolen valor. It's stolen valor, and it's even worse than that. Like we say this all the time. Whenever someone's bullshitting about something, and you're not sure if they're bullshitting, but then they like dip their toe in your wheelhouse, and you're like, oh, I wonder if you bullshit about when you talk about coding, and when you talk about spaceships, and when you talk about electric cars, and drilling holes to the center of the earth, because you just mentioned some gun shit, and that's my wheelhouse, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. And that's what Elon Musk has been doing, like, for the last couple months, I guess now, like going back to the Joe Rogan experience where he bragged about being a top Diablo 4 player, not just a top player, but like the number one in score player in the world in Diablo 4. Taylor and I played a good bit of Diablo 4. It was fine, but like there's no way he's the number one player or even the number 1,000 player in the world. What you gotta understand is like games like that are just grindy, trying to get good drops and then upgrading gear and then farm. They're grindy games. So I was like, I don't know about this, Elon, when he said that. And then the Path of Exile 2 stuff happened where he's claiming that he's like the number one Path of Exile 2 player in the world. Path of Exile 2 is like a better Diablo 4.
Do you know this game very much? I don't.
So when I look at it,
really.
I know enough about Diablo that I recognize the same mechanics and stuff. And I recognize, basic RPG elements, with the gear drops and such. And, I watched some refresher videos. Scum is an expert at the game. He's like I bet Scum could wipe the floor with Elon Musk.
No, he's no Elon.
Scum is what Elon says he is.
Scum is well, maybe not even that, because here's the thing about what Elon Musk says he is. He says that he is a guy. This game's been out for a few months. We call it 3, maybe even a little bit less. Or like what I should say, I guess maybe just the hardcore season is like 2 or 3 months old. Like maybe that's it. In any case, he would have had to have been playing every waking hour at the highest possible level to achieve the score that he has. And someone did. Like make no mistake, it's a guy who plays on Hong Kong servers, though. It's a guy who speaks Chinese. And that's all confirmed because there's in-game stuff. There's an in-game like auto translator when you're doing you can sell and buy in-game items from other people. Just like in Tarkov, how there's a flea market. I think there's a similar situation in this game. And when you write Elon Musk a message, for some reason it pops up in Chinese because the person who's normally onto that account is in Hong Kong servers and he's receiving messages in Chinese because there's a Chinese guy who's a badass that Elon Musk has paid to like rank this.
No one's ripping on that guy.
Nobody. Chang is the fucking man.
Chang
is the fucking man. So it's like to anybody who games, it's like, oh, fake. And the worst part is it's not like he said he was a tough guy, because if he was like, yeah, I'm like a black belt in jiu-jitsu, then maybe some person who's not into fighting would be like, oh, that's cool. But this is gaming.
Oh, my nephew's a black belt too.
Yeah, right? But this is gaming, so he's not impressing anyone. He's not impressing anyone. We should note here
that Kyle has unique experience here because he has also paid someone to play a game for him in order to get to the highest score.
Absolutely, I have.
Geometry Wars.
Absolutely, I have. I bet I paid a whole lot less than Elon Musk did. What I did was to fuck the hutch, though. What Elon Musk has done here is to like pull the wool over the eyes of anyone in the world and be like, I am a top gaming like master in the world, along with all the other things I claim to be. And all it's doing is
bragging about the smallest penis, bro. Being the top gamer in the world. It doesn't get you laid, Elon. Your money will do that just fine.
What if he's like getting pussy and he's like, yes, this is because of Path to Exile. It's like, no, it's because you're worth $500 billion. They're impressed by your
stolen valor.
So of course, everyone who plays Path to Exile, all the streamers especially, are just running it, just fucking with him, just showing him live streaming the game, showing every mistake he makes, showing everything that he does that doesn't make any sense. Because when you play a game like that at the highest level, like we've all grinded games. The way you play Elden Ring, for example, that's grinding at the highest level. I bet you navigate the menus, the settings, the maps. Like when you start the game over, I bet you're so lickety split going through those initial stages and steps, and you know right where to go.
Navigate the menus while I'm running in places in the horse. And,
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Remember, it's like a real rage quitter. Startup. Like, get out of that game immediately.
Or those of us who played like GTA 4 back in the day so religiously, we remember the R1, R2, left 2, like like I know those codes still. When you play a game that much for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of hours, You memorize that shit and you become smooth and slick with it, the same way one of those Japanese tuna artisans does, the way that when they were slicing up you become that guy for nerdy shit. But Elon Musk ain't that guy when you watch him play. He's the guy who's like, oh, you've played before, but you're not the best of the best.
Just to add to what you're saying, Kyle, he was running past valuable loot items. You know, like if you see a legendary orange, you know, tower or something, then you're like, oh my god, like that's legendary. You got to pick it up. He doesn't know that, which is a very core thing that anyone who actually plays would know.
Yeah, there's a lot of
about
little
his
things
Diablo career also, where I saw a clip on Twitter. This is months and months ago at this point, before this was big, and there were like Diablo fans being like, "Hey, get a load of like Elon's equipped abilities with this class. This doesn't make any fucking sense. Like one of these doesn't even work with the other. It's like you can't get both."
He played Elden Ring, and I don't mean to interrupt the flow of Kyle's story. I'll be
no, you're good.
But it is so bad. It has spawned a genre of YouTube videos. Can I beat Elden Ring with Elon Musk's build? Right? Because it's awful. It's a challenge run. He heavy rolls, which will mean something to 3% of you. He's awful. Super bad.
Well, from what I understand, it's the opposite with his Path of Exile character. Someone was describing just how rare and powerful his gear was, because I don't play the game, but I've played games so similar that I get it. And the attributes on his weapons, he's like, these are all the max attributes. This thing has, like, this sword has like 8 different things that it does. It's like, oh, it has this much armor piercing and this much like health damage, and it's this much poison damage. You're trying to make it work with a build or whatever. All those levels are maxed. But he was like, look at this. I guess there's an in-game market. This is his staff. And this, you can't even buy a staff in the game. Like on the planet, of all the players who are playing the game, if you look at the best staff that was available to buy, it's like, this is nowhere near as nice as Elon's staff. Like he has the best staff on the planet, and still he's playing poorly, playing definitely suboptimally. And then he's not describing it like someone who's played it a ton. Like you asked me what I do in Helldivers, like, fucking look, I'm a Helldiver, bro. It's level 10 difficulty, bots, tier, it doesn't matter. I can run you through exactly what I do, what my classes are, like my strategies. He has none of that. He's just like, so this map's it's got 4 of the things on it. It's like 4 of the things on it. You mean 4 of the things on it? You're the best player in the world. You know what they're called? So clearly we're all laughing at him.
Little fibber. Yeah.
And it's just like when he got exposed for having that hand puppet account, as he called it, the one that would he would tweet back to himself. He tweets a picture of him with his kid on his shoulders, and then he like replies back to that with his fake account, like, oh, what a great father you are, Elon. Like shit like that, like really cringy shit. Like that got exposed too, because I know, I don't know shit about coding, but I know he like tweeted some code the other day, and it was like a jokey code that meant like, it was like blah blah blah, woke mind virus removal, blah blah blah. He was like,
those were Linux commands. I saw that.
Okay, someone said he wrote them wrong or something, or like I guess the prefix he put in was like his home device, which did.
Yeah. He used 127.0.0.1, which is like woke mind detected at my own house.
Exactly.
And then he deletes the woke mind virus with this, rm-r.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He's posing as code guy who writes Linux, and it's one of his languages. Linux is just like another language that I speak and write and code in. It's part of my genius. That's what he's trying to say, while at the same time being like, oh, woke mind virus, I'm winning. But he's just exposing himself to anyone like you who knows anything about coding. I saw it and I was like, look at smart man writing in special code. That's neat. And then
I saw
that's what I see, is because I don't know shit.
I saw
127.0.0.1 is the address that refers to the local host all the time. It's another word for local host. And he's basically saying, this computer has the woke mind virus, like I do. And then I deleted it.
Dick was making fun of him immediately too, because Dick's obviously a programmer, and he's like, dude, this is like he's like, this is like pretend programming. This is like he told Grok to make it look like I know how to do this, and then spit out whatever it was, copy paste. He's under too much scrutiny to just be doing just easily discernible lies like this. It's silly. Like it either shows a lack of respect for people who are following or reading his stuff, or it really is what we've been saying, Woody. Like there is no one in his life who doesn't actively suck his dick and is like, oh, Elon, that's so funny. That meme from 2014 that you misused is so funny.
Yes.
Yeah. Tweet another picture of a minion.
Dude, like, I saw it looked like an office meeting with Elon Musk at Twitter where like 4 people were just sucking his dick, telling him how great his tweets were, how genius everyone was, how he's the best like content creator on Twitter. And it just, I had never seen that kind of yes man before. It was another level.
Here's what I do believe Elon Musk does well and is great at. I think he does, even if his work ethic isn't what he claims it is, he imposes a work ethic upon others that is absurd. Because I hear that a lot. Third party, you hear about people that I can't remember where I heard this. Somebody was like, "Yeah, I used to work there. I don't anymore." And they're like, "Oh, what happened?" You know, I think the guy he used to drive a Tesla, and now he doesn't. And he asked his neighbor, like, "What happened?" And he's like, "Oh, I couldn't work those hours. You know, my wife was in delivery, and Elon's calling me. Where are you? I need you." He's like, that's just not the life I want to live.
My suspicion and observation is Elon Musk's workload comes in waves. Like I remember at a time Tesla was almost out of cash and he was living at the factory trying to get Model 3s churned out to over 100,000 a month or something like that. And I bet he was working 20 hours a day. Like I think he really has been that guy, but nobody's that guy all the time forever.
I think he tries to make his employees do that, and that's what's like.
Until they.
I don't think he tries to. I think he does, and that's got to be part of the success at his businesses. People keep what I don't like, and look, everything we said is true tonight. You know, all the lies and the clearly you're not a genius stuff, and that, but he does. I see those people on Reddit who are like, he got really lucky, like 8 times in a row, and I'm like, you know how. What, man? I can't wait till I start hitting a hot streak of 8 billionaire ideas in a row.
I can't hit 8 foul shots in a row, man.
He had $2 billion in 2002 or something like that. He has 500. He's going to be a trillionaire. He's going to be the world's first stocks on his own trillionaire.
I'm sorry, I talked over you.
No,
his stocks went up a ton over after Trump won. You know, because he's associated with the new president, or the next president, I should say, and. I wonder if that's like sustainable. Like, is Tesla really going to do that much better because of Trump's win? SpaceX might. That's a government contractor.
Big time SpaceX. I mean, SpaceX is good on it. I saw they did that chopstick thing and caught another fucking spaceship today. That stuff's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that thing's cool. That is
pretty cool.